The DNC has released its long-awaited autopsy report on its 2024 election loss. Party chair Ken Martin kept the nearly 200-page document under wraps for months as other Democrats pressured him to release it. Today, he said the report, quote, does not meet my standards. Martin said he ultimately chose to release it in an effort of transparency. Among some of the report's findings, it blames former Vice President Kamala Harris's loss on a lack of support from former President Joe Biden's team. It also blamed the Democratic Party for not emphasizing President Trump's negatives. CBS News political contributor Joel Payne joins me now. It's always great to see you, Joel. It's been a while. The report seems to place more blame on Biden's political operation than on Kamala Harris's campaign. Do you agree with that?
Well, thank you, Meg. It's good to be with you. I want to start with this. Hanlon's razor tells us don't blame malice when stupidity is just as good of an answer. And I think that actually, to me, summarizes how I feel about this report, both the contents of the report and also the process by which it took the DNC to get to getting this report and to releasing it. I think Democrats did themselves such a disservice by how the DNC went through a process of collating this information, processing it, trying to hold it from the public, doing all the things essentially that the report said that people were frustrated with from the Democratic Party in 2024. In many ways, this report, the handling of it, is actually the perfect encapsulation of why the public, so much of the public, particularly so much of the base of the Democratic Party, broke with the party and did not show up in 2024 when they needed them.
Joel, what do you think is missing from this report?
What do I think is missing from this report? I think what's missing from it primarily is a conclusion, because if you looked at the report, you see it didn't actually have a conclusion that was provided by the author. The DNC had to develop one. I think also the types of audiences that it was supposed to speak to, many of them are missing. I think some of the topics that it could have covered, Gaza and the situation in the Middle East being a big driver of distrust and frustration with the Democratic brand in 2024, that was missing. I mean, I got all day here, Meg. There's a lot that's missing from this report. The last thing I would just say to you really quickly is I think that people are, look, they're thinking today about this report as kind of the main character. And while I understand that, the main character isn't the report. It's the lack of trust, it's the lack of credibility, and it's the lack of competence that was on display by the report's author and by the DNC and how they handled it. And I think that's an important framing to keep in mind.
All right, Joel Payne, giving it to us straight. Thank you so much.